Hi everybody, Eleanor and Jazz here from Nesta Invest. We're back at it again and we have our part 2 of our 3-part series all about how that new government housing package could affect me. And in this video we're going to talk about the effects it could have for a property developer. So I'm talking to the right guy right now. I have a few questions for you, Jazz. So one of the new proposed rollouts is going to be a $3.8 billion package to help accelerate housing supply. So this is, they're saying, is an aid for better infrastructure, things around that. So based on your experience as a property developer, with finding sites and going through that planning process, how do you think this will affect developers like yourself? $3.8 billion.
So I'm hoping, so $2 billion of that's going to KO, as we know, and 1.8 will go towards infrastructure. So they haven't given us too much detail of what that infrastructure will be. But in terms of the developer, when we buy a site, I guess we have to upgrade the vector costs, you know, the stormwater, the sewage connections. So there's quite a lot of costs involved for us. So I'm hoping there will be some sort of a benefit that comes out of all of this for us.
Yeah.
We don't, as I said, we don't know too much yet.
It's not very clear, yeah.
So we'll see what comes out of it over the next few weeks.
So I guess in turn, if it is easier for people to buy land and develop, means more housing for people. So Definitely. It could be the upside there. So you did mention just before Kāinga Ora, so they're going to be granted $2 billion loan in aid of increasing housing. So how does this affect you then as a property developer as well? Is it competition? Is it great? What do you think?
I think it's great. We, you know, as in Kāinga Ora, when they buy, they've got their own land, which they develop and they build. And they've, over the last few years, they've also been using private developers to build for them. Develop for them, build for them. So it's going to be great if that's a fallback, or if you want to solely develop for them, it's a great arm to have. So you can do your first home buyers, whatever area you're into, you can have another arm of KO with him.
With I guess the goal for everyone is more housing.
Yeah.
That's great. So around the taxes we talked about in part 1, that bright line test increase, the taxes, does this worry you from a developer perspective, or is it just part and parcel of your industry?
So us personally as a company won't affect us anyway. We are, when we sell, we have to pay taxes on our profits anyway, so no change to us.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you've been doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So if we look at property investor, which you covered in that video earlier, and now the changes for developers or around development, do you think this is going to help stabilise the market in any way? What do you think? What do you think is a quick outcome? You know, it's still early days, but what are your thoughts at the moment? You can sum it up in maybe 1 or 2 sentences there.
Yeah, I don't think it'll make too much difference to developers. I think possibly, you know, I think land costs will go up. There's quite a few advantages for developers when people are buying off the plans. So I think there'll be more people developing.
Yeah.
So it's beneficial for developers. The bright line test is only for 5 years versus 10 years for new builds at this stage.
Okay, so still 5 years for new builds is what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and also we don't know the interest deductibility, what it looks like completely from when you buy it off the plans. So we don't actually know too well.
Okay. All right.
We'll
good to know. Watch this space. I'm sure you'll be the first one to let us know. Cool, so thank you for watching that. Again, nice, short and simple. Hopefully it's easy to understand how this will affect a property developer. Stay tuned, our next video we're going to be talking about first home buyers.